me is Peter Wojcik, the CEO of Pharmagreen Biotech, to talk about some developments with what the company has been doing. Peter, let's welcome and let's get right to it. So update us on what Pharmagreen is, what it does for the returning and new listeners out there.
Yes, thank you so much again for having me. It's always a pleasure to be doing the interviews with you. Quick on the Pharmagreen, just to recap, we're a highly specialized tissue culture company. And, our focus is basically to be delivering the best starter plantlets for the agriculture industry. We're right now focused on the cannabis industry. As we announced back in the summertime, we're just completing the process for an acquisition. So we signed an MOU back in August, and we're just going through the due diligence process. We're just at the very last stage. Everything is going quite well. We're very pleased with the process, and we look forward to complete this acquisition with our funding in place.
Okay, so I want to talk to you more about that in a second, but let's talk about that Northern California property too. So where are you with that?
Well, basically, right now, we're just at the tail end. So all the due diligence, like I mentioned, has been checked out. We're at this stage right now where we're actually looking to get down to the site, do a final site inspection. And upon our funding in place, we're looking to complete that and start the actual build out of the state-of-the-art greenhouse like we announced.
Okay, and then, so let's talk about the acquisition. Who is it? What are the next steps? Timing of completion? What does it mean for the company? Just give me all the details about that.
Okay, great. So we're looking to complete right away. When is really dependent on our funding being in place, which I'm very glad to report to you as well. Pharmagreen qualified for its Reg A offering. So we received a notice of qualification from the SEC, which is great. Now we can go to the next stage and promote our offering to complete this acquisition. So the acquisition is pegged to be $2.4 million in total cash and shares, $1.2 million in cash, which we're looking to raise as soon as possible and complete this acquisition.
Okay, and you can't tell me who it is, right, until it's a done deal?
Yes, correct. Okay. So I can tell you so much that we're so much excited to release who it is, introduce the party, that I plan to actually bring him out into your studio when we're at that stage and do a live introduction to.
Okay, that would be great. Yeah. So, and then you mentioned the Reg A funding. So what does that mean for Pharmagreen in the future?
Well, that means we actually now have a roadmap to how we can present to the investors and the tool that we have basically to attract the investment dollars. So we've gone quite a bit into the modern era of investor material presentation, where we're just wrapping up our landing page as well. So the investors will be able to go onto that landing page, fill in their information and so forth, and do a purchase of shares. Once they evaluate all the information the company will provide, and they can make a decision. So we simplified the process. Instead of the regular paper type subscription agreements, it's all done digitally online. Okay,
and so where can investors get more information about that?
We're just making that available, but it will be available on our website, which is pharmagreen.ca/investors. In the next few days, it will actually be live, and we'll provide that further through our social media channels and other means to let the investors know the exact URL of the landing page.
Okay, so it sounds like you're on the right path for business development. You've got a lot of things going on. I mean, how would you describe where you are right now?
Well, first of all, I would describe I'm very happy where I'm at right now with the process. But most of all, we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of things. So we're very anxious to get the business development started, get those, greenhouse under construction so we can really ramp up those revenue models and move on to the next stage, get our nursery application in with the state of California so we can begin the engineering and the build out of the tissue culture facility as well. The importance to notice, how in conjunction the greenhouse and the tissue culture works. Right now, the license is for flowering of the cannabis bud. So the actual starter plantlets have to be purchased in order for them to be utilized into the flowering stage. It is, call it, rather expensive. So us producing our own tissue cultured starter plantlets, we will be providing the very best quality, reducing our costs of operation by being able to supply our own, and additionally sell these plantlets to other growers in the area as well, who are, very much interested in high demand for these tissue cultured starter plantlets.
Okay, so and sum everything up, what's your message today to either current or potential investors?
Well, thank you for, watching the interviews as we evolve and as we update our business model and our messages. We're certainly getting there. Every day, we're getting closer to executing our main business plan, which is of the acquisition and the assets build out. So I'd say, if you continue watching us, we plan to complete this acquisition in Q4 of this year. And yes, and you'll see quite a bit more development from the company and additional news as we progress as well.
Okay, so, and just finally, where can somebody go to learn more or get involved in Pharmagreen?
So again, please visit us on our different social media channels and as well as our website, which is www.pharmagreen.ca. And also any public company information, our symbol is PHBI.PK, and they can get all the public information on the OTC markets as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Peter. Looking forward to getting you in the studio with your new company and learning all about that.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much.